Hello everybody and welcome to this Train Sim TV video. This is Mark. Today we're going to be doing another one of our Take a Journey video series, and we're going to be taking a look at the Welsh Marches line, which has recently been released on Steam by Bossman Games. We'll be taking a look at the first part of our run from Shrewsbury to Hereford. The route itself is based in 2019, though the scenario I'm making is based in 1995. The route itself though hasn't actually changed that much anyway, to be honest. Hope you enjoy the video, guys, and keep an eye out for part 2, which will be following in the coming weeks when I've got time to do the research and stuff. Cheers, guys. Our journey to South Wales today begins in the Shropshire county town of Shrewsbury, located 40 miles from Birmingham. It is an important railway junction with routes from Chester, Crewe, Wolverhampton and South Wales, accessing the 5-platform Shrewsbury General Station. Shrewsbury General was opened in 1848 and was operated jointly by the Great Western Railway and London and North Western Railway, both of which serve the town by their respective lines to Birkenhead via Chester, Crewe via Whitchurch, as well as the jointly operated railway to Hereford. Also the GWR's line to Paddington via Wolverhampton joined from the east. Shrewsbury Station is home to a variety of semaphore signals in the lower quadrant style of the GWR and sits directly over the River Severn, which makes its way around the town on its long snaking course from the Cambrian Mountains to the Bristol Channel. Today the station has 5 platforms in use, with 3 of them suitable for through traffic. Our locomotive for today's journey is 37408 Loch Rannoch, allocated to Crewe Diesel Depot and recently outshopped in a fresh-coated BR large logo livery. It is one of 12 Class 37-4 locomotives allocated to Crewe for work on the North Wales coast and its associated routes such as the Welsh Marches to Cardiff. Our train is 1 Victor 94, the Saturday's only 0539 Crewe to Cardiff Regional Railway service, which will call at all stations from Shrewsbury. And the date today is the 20th of May 1995. Departing Shrewsbury, we immediately reached the iconic Severn Bridge Junction with its signal box sandwiched in a triangle of lines. Opened jointly by the LNWR and GWR in 1903, it contains 3 floors with 180 levers and currently requires 2 signals to be on duty at all times. To the east, the line to Wolverhampton via Wellington heads off with Abbey Foregate Junction and signal box protecting the way. This was the GWR's main line to London Paddington, some 171 miles southeastward. We round the tightly curved English Bridge Junction and onto the viaduct, which elevates the railway above the southern edge of Shrewsbury town. Shortly afterwards we pass on the right the former Coleham Goods Depot before heading past Sutton Bridge Junction with its 1913 GWR signal box. Here the Cambrian lines to Aberystwyth and Pwllheli diverged, with Pwllheli some 117 miles away through the Cambrian Mountains. Sutton Bridge Junction also controlled the junction with the former Severn Valley Railway, which is still open from Kidderminster to Bridgnorth as a preserved railway. The section to Sutton Bridge Junction having closed in 1963. The box is interesting in that whilst it was GWR built and operated under the Western region until 1960, It then became a London Midland Region box when the line to Craven Arms was reclassified. This meant that a number of changes within the signal box were made, and as a result it is very much a hybrid Western and Midland Region box on the interior. Around 2 miles after leaving Shrewsbury we passed Baston Hill Quarry. Once rail connected, it was synonymous for workings utilising Class 25s and 40s, with a large quantity of photographers covering the trains over the years. Sadly, the quarry is no longer rail connected, though it remains in operation and still dominates the skyline today. "5 miles from Shrewsbury, past the site of Condover Station, closed in June 1958. We are now crossing Cound Brook, a tributary of the River Severn which joins the larger watercourse around 3 miles to the east. A few moments later we race through Dorrington, the station here having closed in 1958. A loop remained here until the early 1990s and was used by ballast trains from Baston Hill Quarry, which would run round here before returning north towards Shrewsbury. The signal box is still in use and controls the surrounding signals and crossover, which today sees very limited use. From Dorrington we begin the 7-mile climb to All Stretton with a ruling gradient of 1 in 100. The summit itself is located at Little Stretton, a mile beyond the station at Church Stretton, which will be our first calling point on this service. We're now passing the site of Liebert Wood Station, once again closed in 1958. We're now approaching the summit of the 1 in 100 climb from Dorrington as we pass the site of the former All Stretton Halt. The gradient will ease to 1 in 252 and we will soon be braking for Church Stretton, which will be our first calling point. We're currently running around about on time. We're now arriving at Church Stretton on time after a spirited run from Shrewsbury. The original Church Stretton station can be seen before the road bridge. It was relocated to the south of the road bridge in 1914 and featured new station buildings. These were demolished in 1970. Church Stretton sits in the Shropshire Hills area of outstanding natural beauty and lies 186 metres above sea level. By comparison, Shrewsbury is at 54 metres, showing that the climb that we've made in the first 13 miles of our journey. We've quickly reached the line speed of 80 miles an hour and we've passed the site of Brook Station, closed in 1958. The signal box is still in use and controls the level crossing and protecting signals. It also serves to break up the section to Craven Arms. We're now passing the site of Marsh Farm Junction. It was here where the line to Buildwas trailed in from the left. It was opened in 1867 and built by the Wenlock, Craven Arms and Lightmoor Extension Railway. North of Buildwas it continued through Ironbridge and joined the Shrewsbury to Wellington and Wolverhampton line at Madeley Junction. It closed in 1951, but the line north from Ironbridge to Madeley is still in place. This is the site of Wistanstow Halt, opened in 1935, it was closed in 1956. Although hard to trace, the junction from former Bishop's Castle Railway to Lytham Heath joined from the right here. This line was originally intended to connect the Shrewsbury and Hereford Railway to the Oswestry to Newton line, though this never happened and the line terminated at Lytham Heath. Opened in 1865, it never turned a profit and was eventually closed in 1935. We're now on the approach to Craven Arms, firstly passing the Down Goods Loop before passing the signal box, which was clad around the original GWR signal box in 2000. The original signal box was in a poor state of repair and was eventually dismantled from within, leaving the current structure. The area on the right was once home to carriage sheds and sidings. These were associated with the aforementioned Bishop's Castle Railway, which terminated here. Craven Arms station itself was opened in 1852 and until 1974 it was actually called Craven Arms and Stokesay. The name of Craven Arms comes from the nearby Coaching Inn, with the name Stokesay originating from the hamlet to the south. This naming arrangement was because Craven Arms itself was built entirely around the railway, with no settlement here prior to the arrival of this junction station. Immediately upon departing Craven Arms, we passed the junction for the former Knighton Railway. Opened in 1861, this route eventually became the London and North Western Railway's route right through to Swansea, and it is now known as the Heart of Wales Line. It is occasionally used as a diversionary route for key freight trains when the Welsh Marches route is closed. This is the site of Onnybury Station, opened in 1852 and closed in 1958. The signal box remains and controls the crossing. site of Bromfield Station, opened in 1852 and closed in 1958, was ideally placed for the Ludlow Race Course, which sits directly alongside. The signal box still controls the crossing. On the approach to Ludlow we passed the site of Clee Hill Junction. This joined from the left and was a goods only line, running for around 2 miles to Bitterley where the marshalling yard was located. Here 2 rope inclines were used, one narrow gauge and one standard gauge, and it brought stone from the quarries for onward travel via the Welsh Marches line. The line closed in 1962 and little trace within Ludlow itself now remains. Ludlow Station was opened in 1852 and the town also boasted a goods yard and engine shed, which were located just north of the station. The engine shed closing in 1951, while the goods yard ceased operation in 1968. The goods shed itself still stands today and is in use by a brewing company. This is the site of Ashford Boulder station, which bizarrely only opened for 2 years from 1853 to 1855. It was located only a mile or so from Wolfertz, so would have been rather unnecessary anyway, considering that it's barely a settlement at Ashford Boulder itself. This is the site of Wolfertz Injunction. The station here closed in 1961 when the adjoining Tenbury Railway ceased operation. This line joined from the east and was opened in 1861 after businesses in Tenbury realised that they were disadvantaged without the railway. Tenbury and Bewdley Railway then extended this line to Bewdley, making a through connection to the Severn Valley Railway in 1864. The line completely closed in 1964, though Bewdley is still in use as part of the Severn Valley Railway. Berrington and Eye Station was located here and the station buildings still remain on the other side, closed in 1958. This is Kington Junction crossing, the site where the former Leominster and Kington Railway converged from the west. This line opened in 1857 and was at its peak during World War II when there were 2 US Army hospitals located along its route. The railway had ambitions of providing a through route to Aberystwyth, but these were never realised and the line ultimately ended at New Radnor, just 13 miles from this junction with the Welsh Marches. The line to Kington and New Radnor eventually closed to freight in 1964, having closed earlier to passenger traffic in 1951. Leominster Station was once a busy junction station boasting 5 platforms, especially once the GWR took over operation of the previously mentioned Leominster and Kington Railway and also the Worcester, Bromyard and Leominster Railway. Today the station has a simple 2-platform layout, though the trackbed of the line to Worcester can clearly be seen heading south from the station, whilst the industrial units stand on the site of the former goods yard. Leominster signal box itself is located around 1/4 of a mile from the station. It is here where the Worcester, Bromyard and Leominster Railway diverge to the left, headed for 25 miles towards a junction near Bransford Road, where it joined the Cotswolds Line into Worcestershire Hills. The line between Leominster and Bromyard, roughly halfway to Worcester, closed in 1952, but the track remained in situ and the final train traversed the railway's full length in 1958 before it was removed. The line onward from Bromyard to Worcester remained open until its closure in 1964, and today the trunk A49 road is on the trackbed on this section. We're now approaching Dinmore Down Tunnel. Each of these signal track tunnels was built at different points, with the adjacent Up Tunnel built in 1853 and the Down Tunnel, which we are travelling through, added in 1891. The tunnels are at split heights and both are at 964 metres in length. Immediately after emerging from the south end of Dinmore Tunnel, we passed through Dinmore Station, closed in 1958. our right is the short Morton-on-Lug branch, which today is used for spoil trains, but in previous years was used by MOD to a stores terminal located at the railhead. Morton-on-Lug still possesses its signal box, and the station here closed to passengers in 1958 and goods in 1964. On our left, the Cotswolds Line converges at Junction. This 86-mile line to Oxford passes through Worcester and Morton-in-Marsh en route to Oxford and eventually London Paddington. This is the route that London-bound trains take today when departing from Hereford. our final arrival into Hereford, where part 1 will conclude. Part 2 will continue to Cardiff in the coming weeks when I have time to do the research and the video for it. Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that video. It's the second of our Take a Journey series videos. I'm still getting used to the new macro. I'm still getting used to reading from a script that I've written as well. The script took most of the day. The video itself only took about an hour, but the script took about 4 hours to write. I'll try and remember some of the sources that I've used and put them in the link on the description below. Again, thanks for watching. Don't forget to check out Tom. He's usually on Twitch at about 8 PM on Wednesdays and Fridays. And please do remember to like, comment and subscribe. We really appreciate your support as always. Thanks, guys. See you later. Goodbye.